Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Currents, a space for energetic tune-ups. I'm Polly Marie, and I'm here to share alchemized, embodied teachings born from my own journey. My mission is to offer loving wisdom that supports your becoming so you can step fully into your highest expression and walk in harmony with the earth. Every week, we'll dive into a fresh cosmic download by weaving together the wild unknown archetypes, animal spirits, and your own soul recognition. We'll explore how these energies may show up in your reality. We'll look at the light and shadow aspects, learning to harmonize these currents as they flow through your unique blueprint. So welcome to anybody who's new or anyone who's returned. I so appreciate you being here. I love your energy, and I thank you for pressing play. So this week's cosmic current is an important one because it's coming off of that choice point just after the spring equinox. So we're really still in that energy. And so this current is asking us, and this week's current is seeing through the illusion, and that's established in awareness. So let's dive into what all of this means. First, maybe we need to understand what I'm speaking about here with an illusion. So an illusion is anything that distorts or masks our truth. It doesn't mean it's a lie, but it's just something that pulls us away from what is real for us right now, what is grounded, and maybe what we deeply know within the self. And illusions are often subtle. And they're formed through conditioning, through our unconscious agreements, inherited beliefs, and those quiet ways we avoid our own truth. They can sound like justification, it can feel like confusion, or appear as roles that we continue to play long after they've stopped being aligned. So without awareness to those things, we don't realize that we're living inside of them. So this is why awareness is everything. And this is our invitation in this new spring equinox and coming off of the Pisces new moon and that Aries 0 degree in Aries. So this is important because what we're not aware of or what we cannot see, we can unconsciously become, right? So this frequency now is inviting us into this practice of seeing clearly and of dissolving illusion. But we don't have to do that in a way that's forceful or not fun. We can still do that in a playful way. So before we dive deeper, let me share the download that I received. Seeing through the illusion is the moment you choose truth over comfort, awareness over conditioning, and presence over performance. It is the quiet, powerful recognition that the roles you've played, the vows you carried, and the identities you've clung to are not the essence of who you are. They're reflections shaped by unconscious agreement. At the center of this transmission is the energy of spirit, the origin point of your authentic voice. This is the space within us that holds only what is true. It does not negotiate, perform, or distort. It simply is. When we are connected to this space, our words slow down. Our expression becomes clear. We no longer feel the need to fill silence or to prove ourselves or speak to be accepted. Instead, we speak because something real is moving through us. Beautiful. So spirit in this download is represented as the black egg. The black egg here is connected to the throat chakra. And it reminds us that truth is not something we search for outside of ourselves. It is something we remember and we allow it to move through us. And the moment we begin asking, what do I know to be true? We begin dissolving illusion. So why the black egg? Well, the black egg is that epicenter of this week's cosmic current, and it's a living frequency. And it represents the origin of authentic voice, the container of truth, the energetic field where illusion dissolves. Truth is established here when there's no performance, there's no over explaining, there's no distortion, there's no speaking to please. We align with truth when our speech becomes slower and clearer. When you are drawn to expressions like writing or speaking or teaching or singing. When you begin to ask deeper questions. What do I know to be true? What is true beyond conditioning? So this correspondence to the throat chakra is pure. It's that pure gateway through which truth is spoken into reality. And it only comes and really is clear when we drop those illusions. So that's working all of our lower chakras, opening the heart chakra, having divine wisdom or higher guidance coming in from the crown and the third eye, intuition. All of those meet in this pure gateway of the throat center. So how do we do this? If we choose to step through this portal or this gateway, our path to freedom from illusion, our path through our throat chakra, we first step onto this path with the archetype of the vow. The vow is where illusion often begins. It's through those unconscious agreements that we've made. These vows may not be spoken out loud, but they live within us. They're promises that we made to stay small, to be liked, to belong, to uphold identities or belief systems that we never consciously chose for ourselves. And here we're asked to become aware of them, to witness where we are still living in alignment with those outdated contracts. And from this place, we're given a choice. This is the choice point. To recommit with intention, or to release something through ritual. Because what is unconscious does hold power over us. And what we see or what is seen can be transformed. So from here, then, we arrive at the threshold, the space where who we have been and who we are becoming is shifting. So it's not always a comfortable place because it asks us to release the identity we thought was fixed, right? The fixed egoic mind, the identity. We got to let go of that version of ourselves that we worked so hard to build, depending how long you've worked to build that identity, right? So there's a kind of a death that happens here. Not physical, but symbolic. It's a shedding, a dissolving, and in this space, illusion reveals itself more clearly because we begin to see that who we thought we were, in many ways, was constructed. So now we're crossing the threshold. It requires trust because once you step through, you cannot return to who you were. And then we enter the desert. I love the desert. I live in the desert. The desert is where illusion is stripped away entirely. It's the space of purification where distractions fall away and truth becomes unavoidable. Here things may feel unclear. Directions may dissolve, and this may be all direction at some point. So it can create a disorientation if we're searching or reaching. But this is not a mistake. What happens in the desert is an initiation. The desert removes what is false by removing what is comfortable. And it teaches that clarity does not come from grasping, but from allowing. and that truth is not always loud, but it's always present. So in the desert, illusions often appear as a mirage. You've seen that many times, I'm sure, depicted in different movies or documentaries where the desert presents a mirage, that things look real, but they're not. So these are the old desires, the old identities, the old stories that resurface, but they're not real. So if you stay, you allow the process and something deeper awakens. So here we get vision and intuition. And it's a quiet, steady knowing that arises. And the desert does not comfort you, but it reveals you. It reveals. But the beautiful part of that is suddenly and subtly, as the illusion once held you, something new, a new experience comes in. And this is the kiss. The kiss is the moment of union. It's the moment where separation dissolves and you feel yourself reconnect to truth, to spirit, to your own essence. And it may come as a feeling, a whisper, a moment of stillness that sends chills through your whole body. It's not something that's ever forced. It's something you recognize. And it's so familiar. It's a recognition that cannot be denied. That's what makes illusion fall away completely, because you remember. And you remember you were never separate from truth. You're only temporarily disconnected from it. So along this journey, we're supported with animal spirit guides. And so first we have the raccoon that walks beside us and gently asks us to remove the mask, to stop hiding our gifts, our voice, our expression. And reminds us that illusion often lives in the roles we play to protect ourselves, and that true growth requires visibility. We then are approached by the hyena spirit. The hyena energy is what brings awareness to the mind, but it does so, and it reveals so with humor and kind of sarcasm. But it can be used as distraction or used to avoid deeper truth. So it is bringing an awareness even to the balance of where those things need to be met. And it asks us to take our desires, what we truly desire in life, seriously. Like, don't laugh that part off. Stop laughing off the life we're meant to live. Okay, so as above us, then the hawk is present, and that hawk circles, right? It's offering higher perspective, and it sees what we cannot yet see, and it reminds us that we are guided, and that there is an intelligence moving through life, through your life, and that even the smallest signs, they're not coincidences, they are direction. And then beneath all of that, in all of that, we have the turtle frequency here, the turtle energy, animal spirit that holds you steady. And it roots you in the wisdom of your own life. It reminds you that you already carry everything you need in that shell. It reminds you that your experiences, your lessons, your path, all of it has been preparing you to stand in truth. The turtle teaches you to trust yourself, to move with steadiness, to embody what you have come here to know. And all of this combined is a practice. It's a place that you return to, a frequency that you return to, and this is how illusion dissolves. It doesn't happen all at once, but through repeated visiting of it, through awareness, through choice, through willingness to see, even when it's uncomfortable. And through that courage to release what is no longer true, and through the deep remembering of who you are beneath it all, seeing through the illusion then it's not escaping reality, but it's finally seeing it clearly. And it's choosing moment by moment to live from truth instead. Because truth has a frequency. And once you attune to it, everything false begins to fall away. And to truly see through illusion, we must begin right where we are, in this lived reality of our physical experience. This is the octave of flow, what I call the 3D octave 5. It's flow. It's where awareness is not abstract, but it's embodied through movement, choice, and direct experience. Here, we're not meant to resist illusion, but to move through it, to meet change with resilience rather than resistance. This is where curiosity becomes our guide and life itself becomes the classroom. Every experience, every interaction, every moment of uncertainty becomes part of this unfolding awareness. In this space, adaptability is intelligence, and the ability to remain present while everything shifts around you is the very thing that reveals your strength. You begin to trust your responses, your instincts, your clarity in real time. And from this place, a simple but powerful practice emerges, and that's the ability to say a clear yes or a clear no without explanation. This is where awareness sharpens, and this is where illusion begins to lose its grip. But we're not meant to stay in motion forever in this place of our 3D reality of flow. We want to bring in, right, that new 5D reality. And so as awareness stabilizes through our lived experience, we're at this choice point, we're at this threshold into the new 5D reality. There's an octave of existence here that we can get to. It's not by bypassing, but it's by integrating. And it's what I call octave 6, and it's the space of being. Here, something profound shifts. The need to seek begins to dissolve. What? The need to seek, yes, begins to dissolve. And presence is taking over. Presence takes its place. We no longer chase clarity, we're embodying it. We no longer try to apply truth, we're living it. In this state, love is no longer something we reach for, but something that naturally expresses itself through us. Service arises without effort. Devotion is no longer directed outward towards an idea or identity or another illusion, but it becomes an internal state of alignment. This is union. This is union with self, union with truth, with the living field of awareness itself within the 5D, the field of coherence, love, creative intelligence. So again, this is the octave of being, where we're invited to pause, to resist the urge to immediately act or attach or define what we have realized. Because to do so too quickly, we're at risk again at forming a new illusion. Instead, we must rest in presence, and we allow the awareness to integrate. We let it breathe within us, just like we let a wine breathe, right? And from this stillness, this new way of living then begins to emerge. And it's one rooted not in effort, but in coherence. Here, prayer becomes our posture, not something we do, but something we are. We are prayer. We are living prayer. And a way of walking and speaking and existence becomes that prayer. It becomes something we are. Each moment becomes an offering, each breath a remembrance. And as we stabilize in this field, we no longer move through illusion unconsciously. We see it clearly, and then we choose consciously. And we live an extension of truth itself. This is the bridge. This is from flow to being, from experience to embodiment, from illusion to truth. So take a nice deep breath in, all the way down to the base of your spine, into the center of your belly, and exhale. Feel yourself lighten. Breathe in again, deep into your spine and core. As you exhale, soften your edges and become formless. See your light body. Remember yourself as timeless, multidimensional being, experiencing itself through form. I choose to see clearly and release all illusions. I trust my inner truth to guide me. My voice is clear, my awareness is steady, and I am aligned with what is real. So if this message resonated with you, drop a comment below. Share what part of the current you're feeling most right now. Your voice definitely matters here. And like this video to anchor the energy. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love that. Join this growing community of awakened souls as we ride these cosmic currents together each week, and aligned, aware, and evolving. So much love.